we're looking at radishes here, and the point that I would like to make is actually when they're bolting, the radish itself becomes pithy and it's unpleasant to eat. In fact, it could be somewhat hot. But that doesn't mean these little leaves and these leaves aren't edible. You can still cook with these and stir fry them, chop them up, put them in salads. But if you're going to save seed from radish, then you've got to be very careful that you don't have another radish in your garden blooming, because they'll cross very easily. And this is our Scarlet turnip white top radish, which it gets its name because it's shaped like a turnip. But notice here that all the flowers for this variety are white. There's no pink, there's no purple. This is a good sign. Okay. So that when you're saving seed, look at the color of the flower, and the majority of the color should tell you what's correct. And if you see off colors, pull them out, because that way you will keep your seed purity up to par.
Now, for the novice, William, when they go to save seed, what exactly do they look for here now?
Well, as I say, first of all, we want our seed purity to be good, so we're looking for flower color.
Right.
We've got that here. All of these are white, so we know we've got as pure as this is going to be. Secondly, what happens, and you can see it happening right here, there's a little pod that's forming. Those pods are edible, so if you want to, you can eat the seed pods. Once they reach a certain stage, they're hard and chewy and they're no good. So for that, that's fine. Otherwise, if you want to save seed, let these flowers bloom. Produce the seed pods, tie this up so it doesn't flop onto the ground, and let the pods dry on the plant itself.
Okay.
And then if you don't have time to sit down and take the seeds out of each one of those pods, just pull this up, tie it together, hang it somewhere in a
rafter or something.
Get to it in the winter if you want, because each one of those little pods is going to be about yay long, and there's going to be 2 or 3 seeds in it, and you've got to break them open to get the seeds out. But that's easy, because once the seeds are out, you can spin them and blow the chaff out, and it's very easy to save seed. And the nice thing about radishes is that the seed will last a long time. I've had it last 8-9 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Just keep it cool and dry.
Cool and dry in a dark, cool closet. I think all the brassicas are pretty good that way. Even cabbage seed will last a long time.
So just to recap, let this develop. Make sure the flower is all true.
All true.
Right. Let it develop, and then our little seed pod, which is starting to develop here, will grow into something maybe 4 or 5 inches long.
Depends on the variety, but yes, you're right.
And then let it dry on
the plant.
Wrap it up.
There's also one earlier step that we forgot to mention, but when you're growing your radishes out for seed, it's best to pull them all up, very carefully mind you, lift them with a pitchfork or something so you don't disturb the roots, pick out the most beautiful of the radishes, the most perfect, put them back in the ground, water them well, and then let them bolt and produce the flowers. Because if you're going to save seed from radishes that are
mediocre
and deformed, you're going to pass that trait down in the seeds. And after a while, you're just going to get radishes that look like dogs.
Got it.
I mean, there's a selection process that goes on here.
So it's okay to physically dig it up?
Okay, I do that with radishes. I do it with all the root vegetables that I have to overwinter, like turnips or carrots. Lift them.
And replant.
Replant. And celeriac, you have celeriac here in the garden. You would lift that, put it in pots of sand, cool sand, and put it in a place where they're safe from mice or voles. I had voles come into my greenhouse, and they bored up through the bottoms of the containers. So,
oh my!
So you have to watch that.